Oh, the summertime. It makes us think of so many different things. For many of you, it no doubt makes you think about Warped Tour. Yes, Warped Tour, the punk and metal festival that has been going on now for more than 20 years. The Kevin Lyman sponsored, oh, I just gave away the ending. Yes, like that relationship that perhaps caused you to go to Warped Tour or started because of it, it is now dead as well. 2018 is going to be the last year of Warped Tour, Kevin Lyman recently announced, and I'm going to kill this whole charade because even though I'm not the biggest fan of Warped Tour myself, the reason why he's deciding to do this is really, really stupid, and we have to talk about it just briefly. So, you might think to yourself, Cover Killer Nation, what could possibly have caused the demise of Warped Tour? Surely it's got to be the fact that a lot of the bands that have been on Warped Tour in the past couple of years have gotten some sort of allegations pinned against them, or now are getting allegations pinned on them, or they're just generally acting like a bunch of irresponsible dickbags. Surely that's it. Nope. Sure isn't. Let's go to the next part. Well, surely it has to be because there's just not enough quality that's out there. There's not enough bands that have interest in being a part of Warped Tour. Nope. Ain't that. Gotta go for the next one. And surely it has to be the fact that Americans just don't want to go to festivals anymore. Believe me, they do, because there's complaints about this decision everywhere. So, nope, it's not that. It's this. If you're 13 to 17 years old, you're responsible. That's at least what Kevin Lyman is kind of saying. Because he stated, whenever mentioning the reasoning behind Warped Tour's demise, he said that, you know, these past couple of years, and this is paraphrasing, of course, you know, these past couple of years, there's been a lot of excitement for Warped Tour. And these past couple of years, there's been a lot of great merch sales for bands from Warped Tour. You know, they've reported some great numbers. It's been really good. But you know what? Those little shits between 13 and 17, there ain't enough of them. There's not as many of them coming to Warped Tour. The attendance is down at the gate. So even though those that are here are enjoying the experience, and even though bands are reporting huge merch sales that are helping them out, and even though there's plenty of people that's coming, they're not young enough. You would think that in an age where these types of things have led some folks down some very dangerous paths, this would not be the decision that you would, or the reason that you would decide to go with, even if it is the truth, even if you're trying to showcase some transparency, you're really going to just say, listen, the reason why Warped Tour is getting, you know, canceled, essentially, it's like a television show, is because the 13 to 17 demographic, especially you know, those that are younger, they just don't want to go to shows anymore. It's bad. I mean, this is the way it is in 2017. We're going to have to find something brand new to do in this business, or else we're all just going to be poor and try to put stuff together for no reason. Because of them, I'm shutting it down. I'm shutting it down. There's not enough interest anymore. There's just no interest between that younger demographic. If people aren't being raised to go to concerts, then why do I have a concert? Which sounds really good on paper, and whenever you say it, the brain, you know, lights up that little, yeah, that makes sense, part of the 1 and 0 binary. But, what? Okay. Here's what I really think is going on here. If you're 13 to 17, don't fret. You're not the reason why Warped Tour is being canceled. Chances are, you might not know much about Warped Tour. What I really think is going on here is that attendance overall is probably low. It isn't just necessarily based around the youth that are there. The fans that are there are fanatical. They are huge. They want to be there. This is the event that they have looked forward to for years, or, you know, for months, should I say. Not for years. They probably were there the previous year. And they are willing to spend their money because these are all bands, and this is a culture that they buy into, that they really like. This is something that they identify with, even if it's just on the level of fan and band, as opposed to identify with, like it's some sort of like new gender or something like that. Jokes aside, the numbers are probably fewer because there are some that have moved away from that style of music, or there are those that now have lives, or, you have jobs and things that they can't get out of. Essentially what he's saying is that the disposable income is not being transferred to a generation that is devoid of responsibility. So numbers were up in years past, such as maybe 5 to 10 years ago, because the generation that is right now still coming to Warped Tour was younger, and so there was a lot more of them. There was nothing else really to do during the summer. Kids don't swim or, go on vacation or anything like that. They go to Warped Tour. That's what they did 10 years ago, in Kevin's mind, I suppose. But either way, it doesn't really matter what I think. It's the fact that that's what Kevin stated. It's this younger generation. That's the reason why Warped Tour is being shut down. The attendance was going to be really low. He didn't feel very promised about years in the future. Now remember, this was the guy that a couple of years ago, whenever Mayhem Festival was petering out and was about to be destroyed by the Lyman machine, was complaining about the fact that metalheads were all bald, they didn't like women, they were fat, and they were old. So obviously that's the reason why that was going away, why Mayhem Fest was being shut down, because the fans that were coming to the gate are all fat, bald, 8 women, and are old. So now it's the 13-year-olds. So one were too old, the other you're too young, or not enough young people are coming. Just the old people are coming. Kevin, are you secretly into children? Listen, that's a horrible thing to say considering, Weinstein and everything else, but listen, what's going on here? Are you Watkinsing us here? I hope not, because that's pretty damn messed up. But yeah, that's the reason. That's one of the reasons that was cited. And really the one that has been the most heavily reported, so it's the one that seems to be the most in context. It's incredible. Basically, 2 festivals here in America have been shut down due to the age of the fans that are attending it. Or at least that's what we've been told by the festival's founder and curator. Wow. We all knew that Kevin Lyman was a douche, but now, now a brand new generation is going to believe that Kevin Lyman is a twat. That's essentially what's going to happen here, is that now all those people that were probably laughing at the fact that Mayhem Festival was going down are, well, at least we still have Warped Tour. Well, be careful what you wish for, and be careful who you piss off, I suppose, or be careful getting older because, you're no longer the demographic that Kevin is excited about. And so now Warped Tour after 2018 is no more. It will cease to be. Now, Kevin, for Warped Tour, and not for Mayhem Fest, which, oh well, has stated that he may revive Warped Tour in some new format in the future, talking about potentially doing a cruise, because, cruises are the big thing. We, of course, have the 70,000 tons of metal, which is still probably the best cruise out there that I've never been on. Make it happen. Someone send me a ticket, please. Now there's going to be the Rock and Wrestling cruise with Chris Jericho. There are cruises galore for all sorts of other promotions, or just, to be on a cruise, to go to an island, as opposed to, you're just on a boat. And you're really going more so for what's happening on the boat. The island is just sort of there to be like, oh hey, I'm on an island, there's an ocean, I'm in a bikini, I'm gonna fuck somebody. Well, either way, Lyman's talking about potentially bringing it back as either a cruise or maybe a mini tour, but next year's gonna be the last year of Warped Tour being done in full. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Cover Killer Nation, and I'll talk to you guys next time. And remember, we told you 2 years ago that Kevin Lyman was a steaming pile of goat vomit. And well, guess what? It's true in 2017 as well. Did I say 2017 the first time? I meant 2015. Whatever. See ya.